okay, the baby is now being let out the hospital and going home with Sophie and my mum. Okay, I am quite worried, but if they think it's fine, if they think it's safe, then maybe Sophie did a lot better than I thought she would do. And if that's the case, then I'm happy for her. Um, I would, or I feel a slight need to go rushing down there and make sure everything is okay. Um, but at the end of the day, I feel like it's just going to make me feel worried or make me feel sick if I think everything isn't okay and if there's nothing I can do about it because I don't want Sophie to lose a child because there is times where she definitely wants this child and wants to prove herself and definitely believes that she can do it. And if the hospital thinks that it's okay to let her go, then there's nothing I can do. And when I went on Friday, when I left the child with Sophie and the mum, I generally believed that okay. Before when I was in the hospital, I generally believed just do a good job, get out of the hospital, everything will be fine. And yeah, then when they said that they can't come up to live with me, Sophie accepted that way too easily, and I think she should have easily argued her case. But the fact that she wasn't willing to argue her case and say, why and why can't I live? It was almost like she was happy. Oh, you don't want the baby going to Anna's. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. It was like she didn't want to come up here, which is just ridiculous because I'm the one that's got, the cot set up. I've got a nice room prepared, got a nice house, a big house, and plenty of toys, and my mum's flat is all cluttered and disgusting and gross. And, if she had genuine concern for the child, she should have said why not. Oh, health reasons. Like now that I realize how important that sort of fifth day weight check is, I get staying behind was important for health reasons. And I don't know how important the next weigh-ins are. I think there's six or something throughout a week or something. If the child is staying there for health reasons to do that, then fine. But my mum's flat is really dusty, so I don't think it's a good idea to stay there too long. But yeah, she gave in to that way too easily, and I know what her plan is. Her plan is to go to Hawley and to live with Hawley with her and maybe her new boyfriend. I mean, sometimes they seem close and sometimes they seem not close. Like sometimes he's saying he never wants to see her again and never wants to set foot inside my mum's house, and I don't know. And then other times he seems really close and concerned and stuff. So, but yeah. Um, I left on Friday thinking that I was going to come back on Monday, and I guess I was okay with that. It was only just thinking at it hour after hour after hour. I was like, "Am I okay with this? No, I'm not really okay with this." And sometimes it takes a while for you to assess things, and that's the thing with Sophie. Like it's not immediate. You could see her with a child, you could see her doing a good job, and you could think everything's fine and normal. It's more of a time thing, and I think with neglect, I'm not saying that Sophie is neglecting her child. I'm just saying in whole, on general, with neglect, it starts off small and the problem just gets bigger. So first of all, it's just okay. Well, I'll feed an hour later. It's fine. And then a few days later, oh, I'll miss a feed and I'll do it. Okay, I should do it every 3 hours. Oh, okay, I've missed one. It's every 6 hours. Yeah, it's fine. They still got a feed. And then the problem grows. It's a problem. Neglect is a problem that escalates with boredom. The more bored you get, the less attention. Usually, the child is most safe at the beginning. Okay, they're least safe because they're most vulnerable and most fragile and stuff like this, but they're most safe because the parents try harder. They're excited or more excited about the new baby, um, and then sort of boredom and stuff sets in over the period. So um, I don't feel an urge to go running down there. I've got a beauty pageant on the Friday, and there's also like a meeting that we have to go to on the Thursday, where you sort of meet everyone and say hi and try and make yourself look good and stuff. And then I'm coming back on Saturday. But yeah, there's going to be another court case on Friday, um, and I think maybe if they have found enough evidence to take the child off her, then it will be revealed then. If they haven't, maybe they haven't. I have to bear in mind that I might be looking at things from a far more concerned, perspective because I would love the child to be in my care, and because it's not, I'm now worrying. And now if I was a social worker dealing with lots and lots of cases, you have to kind of think, well, how concerned are you of this child versus this child? And then you have a lot more to compare. And if you're dealing with bad mothers all the time, um, sometimes it's might be well, it'd be easier to gauge how much of a risk someone is because you compare them to other. If you see children being taken off mothers who are far less of a risk than Sophie, um, then then it kind of makes you think, okay, well, maybe Sophie isn't that bad, and I can't assess this because I have nothing else to compare her to. I think George, would assess Sophie very, very strictly because he had nothing to compare her to, but at the same time, he wanted everything to be perfect and stuff. And I don't think what he's done about letting us not get involved or anything is perfect in any way, but um, that's also possessiveness that he had. And I don't feel possessiveness over the child. I just want the child to be safe and happy. And if he's going to be safe and happy in Hawley with Sophie, then it's our child. That's how things should be. But yes, if the social workers don't think that's going to happen, well, neither do I. So yeah, we'll see what happens.